film that they were a part of and their role for the film.
Thank you, Matthew. I'm Asia. I'm the cinematographer for the last film we saw, Spookable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm Snowflake. Here's Wendy Calvert. Chalk and Yoon. My pronouns are she, her. I was writer, actor, and co-producer for the film.
Hi everyone, my name is Sara Taborga. I'm the co-director and producer of Frameline, pronouns she, they, and happy to be here. And editor.
Hey everyone, my name is Aima Polly. I'm co-producer, co-director, and was in the film and did the spoken word piece of Femrage.
Nicole DeMonesis, she, her. I did the writer-director of Last Bite. We also have the cinematographer of Last Bite, Brian Hewitt. He did the film Sage.
So I guess my first question is for everyone. What inspired you in terms of like whether your role for like the film that you were part of, cinematography or an actor, and kind of like what were the inspirations towards what you were creating? And while you speak, I'm going to open the door because someone's outside.
Well, thanks again, everybody, for joining us. In terms of filmmaking, cinematography, I love filmmaking. It's one of the most creative ways to portray that movie inside your head. Everyone has an idea, and I was happy to connect with other trans filmmakers that have that came up with a story and came up with the storyline. Come on, Ginger.
Sorry.
Oh, Ginger. Did you make it?
I didn't make a film.
My bad. So the director and producer, Jonathan and Marble, they approached me with a script. I worked with Marble before on another film. It was also directed by a trans person, and that's a lot of the calls I've been getting. Us as trans people are here to make our stories and show up and tell our own stories and give our representation. One of the ways we can do it is through comedy and giving a chance to find joy and silliness, and absurdity in it. Marvel has. I asked the other filmmakers if they had any messages they wanted to share. Marvel, the werewolf. Comedy is a revolution, and is the revolution, and trans people keep making weird films. We need them. Hollywood will recognize us one day, and we must endure. And I believe that. Again, filmmaking is one of the most strongest forms of self-love. I believe if you're a writer and director, you're creating something out of your heart, and everyone knows, at least most of us up here knows how difficult it is to put a show together. And so with platforms like Frameline, and the support, especially from our friends and family here today, and our respected colleagues, we can do that. We can get that movie that is playing inside of our heads out to the screen, and not just for our friends and family, but Hollywood, beyond the world. I think we saw tonight here a variety of films from all over the country, all over the world, representing the beautiful tapestry of humanity. San Francisco. Thanks, everyone.
Goodness, yeah. So in the main part of my career, I'm a professional dancer. And so Chalk and Yoom is, for 3.5 years, was just a live dance performance. And so the story comes from my culture on my dad's side. My dad was born in Sima Chiapas. My family still lives in Lacandan Jungle. And so we're taking queer and trans stories from my own culture and created a whole dance piece. And then, me and Javier wanted to also have some sort of mixed media component to the dance performance. But as we started working on it, it became its own entity. So it really has nothing to do with dance, but it's within the same world of Chalk and Hume. But another reason, factor in, I guess, being inspired to even create it was I spent about like 3 hours, this was years ago, on Pornhub to find representation of like two-spirit people, and couldn't find anything. Everything was like fetishization or just like non-existent. So yeah, obviously I'm not in porn, but with my own art, creating something for other two-spirits to feel represented and feel sexy and
Yes, it's a lot to be mad about. It's a lot to feel rage about. And I feel like every time I watch Fem Rage again, I'm like, wow, it's still giving what it needs to give. And it comes with new meaning, it comes with new context. But I think, when we created this together, I believe it was like Roe v. Wade was the moment overturning, and Aima brought me along for the ride, and was initially doing Fem Rage as an event, a rage event, and we shot like a little promo for it. And we're like, let's just do a little promo, and then the promo took a life of its own, the event took a life of its own, and here we are months and months and months later, and we're now doing a film trilogy. So it's you create things and then it continues to want to have life, and that's what's wild about it.
Absolutely. Fem Rage it's an ode to the sacred rage, and that our rage has power and our rage has information, and especially as queer, trans, Black, Indigenous people of color, our rage is informed, and it's very important and potent for us to express that, and also to go through our stages of rage and look at the grief and look at the starting point. And it's an ode to like all my queer ancestors, it's an ode to all my femmes, and it's here to say like our rage belongs at the forefront, and it should be recognized, and it should be taken very, very seriously. And like Sada was saying, it started off as a rage event, and I knew it had to have visual representation. And when I saw what Sada shot, I just had what I like to call truth bumps, which is like my antenna to let me know like it's on. This is the path, it's on. And I knew that it had to like have more breadth beyond that. And I've gotten to have the opportunity with Sada to like build it out. Right now we're working on the second film called Fem Release, and we're fundraising for that, and just like representing our rage's power, and I just encourage like all people to to defer to femmes, defer to femmes, like and listen to femmes, yeah.
I got you. Come on,
a whole group of us in. My film's Last Bite, and I've been working on this project for over a year now. I'm in a MFA writing program, and it's been the 9 minutes that you saw is really like the first 10 pages of the feature film script, and so this is a work in progress. We are very much a moving train. We are making this project in the Bay Area. We're hiring locally. We're celebrating local talent. And my production company, Dark Rainbow Films, we play with genre, we celebrate LGBT people, but I want to see more LGBT characters in genre being the heroes and villains of their own stories. And specifically with Last Bite, using the vampire allegory, wanting to show women embracing their power and their desires, and what that looks like in a kind of a classic film noir style. The chateau that we shot in, it's haunted, it's local. Chateau of Tivoli, it was a beautiful place, but it would be the perfect setting for the feature film. And so I'll keep you posted, but this is the first of the bigger project.
Well, since everyone's kind of already talking about kind of like future projects and things, I actually wanted to give a space for everyone to talk about like how can people connect with you and then like support the work that you're doing, follow you? Like what's the best way for them to do that? And then also what are the projects you're working on?
Excellent. Please invite us to your offices, or or a handshake is always great in your parties, or meet us on the dance floor. The best way to get in touch is right here. You can find me on my website, asiapopfilms.com.
It was real that you played.
Oh,
That was the first
indeed.
thing that we played.
Thank you, Matthew, for putting my resume up there, front and center. Yes, marketing yourself is probably one of the most important things, especially if you choose this life of filmmaking. Nobody, you have that movie inside your head, but we got to get it on the screen, and we need a whole team of people to put people in front of that screen. With your help, you can support us all.
Yeah, look for a website, right? When you say
asiapopfilms.com.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you're moving to LA, right?
Indeed. Yeah, my background is Let's address the elephant in the room.
We'll be back.
All right.
This is still home.
All right, you can still call me. I'm only a 45-minute flight away. But yes, I started out making films for my friends here in San Francisco. San Francisco has been my home. I am a child of fog and hills and Haight Street. I hope to take all of this with me. But right now in Hollywood, there is an effort to change the makeup of the industry. There's a lot of programs encouraging women of color, queer, trans people to develop their skills in Hollywood, to take them either back home or continue on their journey. 2 years ago, American Film Institute invited me to their cinematography intensive program. It's sponsored by Disney and Panavision. That was wild. Ever since I was small, I had like these big dreams of making stuff up for a living. Thankfully, I found myself there. San Francisco won't be where my story ends. And like the hero's journey, you'll always come back home.
Always
with a
welcome.
gift. What was Hollywood, baby? I'll see you in the pictures. Call me, please. I need work.
Yeah, you can go to my website, snowflakecalvert.com, or you can check me out on Instagram, which is @Arizmendi, spelled like the bakery, but no association, it's still my last name. So I'm keeping it. And then, I'm working on my next film, but I'm going the same route of creating a dance performance first, so I can play around with certain ideas. This one will be premiering November 14th through the 16th at Counterpulse. It's called Neanderthal Land Acknowledgements. It's satire. And so we're exploring queer and trans relationships between Homo sapiens and Neanderthals. So yeah, come check it out.
Yes, I love that. Wow. Per all of that. And where can you find us? We have a website, wearefemrage.com. Also on Instagram, wearefemrage. And we are actively working on our second film in the trilogy called Femme Release, because truly rage is just a stopping point. There's more to unpack, there's more to uncover and to let go of and transform through.
Yes, and we're actively fundraising. You can donate via our website. Please donate so we can hire Asia.
Help us help Asia.
Yeah. And like really keep in touch, repost, follow us, share, share, and tell your friends.
Like I said, Dark Rainbow Films is my company, darkrainbowfilms.com. You can see some of our other shorts are on different streamers. we are going to be crowdfunding and fundraising this next year. We have a fiscal sponsor, Fishnets Film. So all those donations will be tax deductible. And I have a horror film company, a horror film festival that plays at the New Parkway called Blood and Popcorn. And because I like queer horror, we usually throw in a couple queer horrors in the mix. So we might have to get Spookable in there. So, but yeah, you can follow me on Dark Rainbow Films or Blood and Popcorn on Instagram.
Yay. And then, you know, look for them. I don't have too much time left. Do people want to do more? Do they have your own questions?
Any questions?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, quick question. How do we see your films? Like, where are they distribution? Are they going to be on YouTube or something?
I think they just watched it here, since we are queer, trans, POC people of color. Yeah, not a lot of it gets to reach the commercial channels a lot of the times. We really have to fight for that screen time. It starts here, it starts at home, it starts at the Roxy. Thankful for that. And I don't know, my job as a cinematographer, it's kind of done once I walk off the set, or hopefully invited to the coloring session. But beyond that, really it's not my world. I rely on these film fests and Friends Film Fests too, to reach audiences.
You can talk about the film. I think the best thing for a lot of them is talk about the film and try to get these films like programmed into things, into like events like this, into maybe community groups that you're a part of. A good place is probably reaching out to Frameline or to them directly, and they can probably provide you with like, here's the person you can talk to that if you want to book this film, if you want to show this film. Yeah.
Screen our films. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely, we've been so lucky to be programmed with Frameline now a handful of times, and we're part of Frameline Voices, so make sure to follow that project programming. And you can definitely hit us up directly if you want to do screenings with your community or at your work or at your school.
Also on IMDb, you can find my IMDb, click the links to the various films. Some of them are on Amazon. Some films I worked on, not as cinematographer, but maybe a camera person, have been on FX, PBS, Yahoo, Twitter. I believe there's a producer here, Stefano. Anyone know Stefano? He made an amazing feature film that got on to United Airline, no, United Airlines in-flight movie. I was so surprised when Transfinite came on there.
Beautiful.
Call Stefano.
So follow mail. I mean, preface this.
Cool. Great. Well, I think the last thing I want to do. Let's just do a round of applause for our program.